Well, we're on the play at least. We've got Tron, we're going to keep. And as Paolo noted, there are 8 rounds because there's 110 players here, which is considerably larger than the average challenge. Alright, well, I'm glad to keep a hand with Tron in the Tron mirror, but I do need to color mana at some point. Snowland, Prism, Map, you know, something. That's something. I'm gonna go ahead and compulse myself. Start the second. Mine. Pass. And then we'll see what they do to decide what we do. Sure. I guess I'm just gonna jam. I guess I'll jam Muldrifter and cycle the Ash Barrens. Oh, no, I'll just play a map. Even better. So that leaves my options open. If they're cracking map, then I assume they found the tower. Oh, no, they just found another map. Alright. Guess I'm just gonna get the plains here. Tunk. Let's get 2 in. I think I'm just gonna ephemerate my Muldrifter, try to find more colored sources. Found one. Let's see if I can chain them. Did not. Found another counterspell, which is pretty good. I'm gonna pass, discarding a Moment's Peace, and then we'll Teachings and or counter, depending on what we see. Counter a color mana source here, yeah. If they want to play a Muldrifter now, that'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and crack map, get a tower. If I can chain some colored mana sources, I'll be happy. If not, well, I think we'll be fine either way. Gonna wall, get back Ephemerate. Ephemerate the wall? No, I guess you can wait. Discard to this and this. I've got Dispel. I've got double Dispel up. Or I can get back the Prohibit and have Prohibit Dispel up. Or I can Ephemerate, and then see what we want to do. Yeah, whatever. Ephemerate's efficient enough that I'll give it to counter. If they're Teachings here, that's great for me, because then I can Ephemerate counter again. This is Flicker, huh? So I can't prohibit that? So they have Ephemerate in hand, which means I need to do this now so I can prohibit their Ephemerate, the second one. Otherwise I just get to Ephemerate whenever I Ephemerate. But right now I don't really care about the Ephemerate because they're drawing a million cards. So we'll see how this works. Alright. See what they play. Map's fine. They crack map without playing a land. I guess I'm just gonna Ephemerate the wall, get back to Dispel. Yeah. Alright. In turn, I'll just ephemerate. If I have a main deck kill spell, this could be awkward. Well, not that awkward, because I can just play another wall. Yeah. Draw as many cards as you want. We are both in a race to try to find a horror. But I'm pretty well set up once I do find the horror. I would argue I am extremely well advantaged if I do find the Jinreva horror. I'm going to start with draw 2 cards, and then I'll get back 1 ephemerate. I can use the second ephemerate to get back the first one. This is a bummer. I'm actually just going to cycle the flicker. Mostly cycle, anyway. Well, more colored sources would have been good draws. More horrors would have been good draws, but I whiffed on all of them. So, I guess we just play Tower and discard a million cards. And they can draw a million cards. Alright, both the ephemerates are gone. I assume they only play 2. It's hard to play more than that unless you're playing Seagate Oracles and stuff. This is fine. This is a lot of mana to commit, just draw 2 cards. Again, we're just going to have to deal with a horror if they find it. And if they find a wall, well, we'll see if I can condescend. What the hell is this? They find the horror? Oh, this worked out well for me. They found a little bit too, well, they needed to evoke the Muldrifter. Then I couldn't safely do this, but... Well, yeah, I could have. I could just paid 4. Oh. Oh, bonus dead. That was cool. Go ahead and get back my flicker with ephemerate in turn. And lock my opponent out. Oh, I should have gotten the second ephemerate. That was really bad. Whew. Alright, let's not punt anymore, but I think I'll be fine. I don't think that'll cost me, because I can just hit both their Tron pieces. Start with Prism. Oof, that was a real bad play. Go ahead and go ahead and deal with it though. You can hit this, and then opponent conceded. I was going to be able to float 2, ephemerate back, you get second ephemerate, and then flicker here, and then I have flicker plus ephemerate up with them having no Tron. Anyway, long story short, I found the horror first, and also my start was better. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and cut some bad cards. Maybe Condescend, maybe Shattering Pulse. Still haven't decided what I want. As this last little slot, I could have a third Red Blast too. I think I like Pulse. Gives you a really good teaching target. I think I want all the flickers because they just churn through your deck. And once you have horror, if you miss on wall, if you just draw a bunch of flickers, that's good enough. Oh, I am on the draw. Let's just get the Condescend and keep in Shattering Pulse. Yeah. And then, depending on what we see, they've got a bunch of red spells, and we'll put in more blue blasts. But I think 2 blue blasts is fine for 4, maybe 5 red blasts. This hand's keepable. It is not good, but I'm gonna keep it. You might want to mulligan this just to get something more better, but I believe that will lead to too many mulligans. If this mine was another Snowland, then maybe toss it. But ooh. Well, this hand got great. Turn 1 Astrolabe, burn 2 Prism means all of my flickers are now divinations. If I had a red blast, I could see leaving it up, but I'm just gonna jam Prism. Anyway, let's see if our opponent has a God draw. Oh, nope, they got an island. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have tower. That just means, well, they got an island. If they pass with this up, okay. Yeah. If I don't mage now, I play around Pyroblast, but then I just can miss, and I don't really want to miss. Like, if I don't play mage and I draw a blank, then I go mage and then play map, or whatever. It's just not great. Well, I have a Pyroblast now. Yeah, let's just get Tron. Hold up Dispel plus Pyroblast. I'm gonna swing. My creature is much worse than theirs, and I've already got 2 flicker targets anyway. And if I draw a Ephemerate, I'm just want to have 4 in play anyway. Alright. See what they do. If they just draw cards, I'm gonna be fine letting them draw cards. Alright. They may have a Shattering Pulse or Ancient Grudge, but I think cycling both of these is fine. Because if they do kill both my artifacts, I have the counter mana anyway. And if they're just flickering, then sure. Draw as many cards as you want. If they had done that main phase, I wouldn't have countered it anyway. And they would have been able to play stuff afterwards. Ding. Alright. They're discarding. What do we have? Wall. Let's bash. See what happens. I kind of want to main face the flicker so I can play an Astrolabe. Yeah, that sounds fine. If I have to get into a counter war over this, I'm going to be unhappy with my play, but I know these. Alright. And I guess I'm going to lead on tapping Island for Astrolabe. I was hoping to find some counter spells there, but kind of blanked. I guess I'm going to discard Island. Teachings, sure. I only have 2 counter spells up, which is probably going to be inefficient. Or insufficient, rather. Yeah. Maybe I should have compulsived as well. Well, we'll find out. Can't counter the colored mana. Literally can't counter it there. I don't have a counter spell for it. I could try to Pyroblast it, but that won't work. What is this? Sure. I'm not going to counter card draw. I want to counter walls. I want to counter horrors. Basically stuff that will lose me the game if it resolves. This is a wall we're countering. If it's a Mole Drifter, obligated to counter here. And then they'll probably have Dispel plus Counterspell. Probably a Pyroblast or something. But, assuming this does get countered, I'm not in a horrible shape because I get to resolve Mnemonic Wall to get back a Counterspell or to get back Flicker and try to go off. Alright, they got back Dispel. They probably have a Flicker in hand. They've drawn 25 cards. I presume they've drawn an extra Flicker. Well, they didn't play a Pyroblast last turn. I'm actually going to float one and compulsive myself. It's not like I'm going to not cast a spell this turn, so. Well, I'm definitely going to play tower. Blue blast, red blast, prohibit is what I could hold up. And I think I'd rather do it this way. So they have Dispel. I've got Prohibit for that. I can't attack anymore. Ooh. I like bashing for 2. I don't think any horror play was correct because I can't take them off of Tron. I have to flicker 3 times, or rather horror 3 times to take them off Tron. And I don't think I could have done that. I had horror plus wall. Yeah, I did not even have the ability to cast a flicker. So this is too good to counter. Or too good to let resolve rather. I will prohibit and hope they have red blast. If they have red blast, we're fine. If they have another blue counter, then they get to resolve their horror, and then they have a lot of options to murder me. Oh, they have a pulse. They have a second horror. Yeah, okay. Alright. Well, we'll discard this island. Alright, my Moldrafter is going to need to get some good cards for me. Let's see what they... Oh. That takes them off Tron. Okay. I think taking them off Tron's correct here. Because that also means it takes 2 cards out of their hand. They might be excess Tron pieces, but more than likely that'll be fine. I discarded a Plains. They'll discard a tower and then discard another card from their hand. They could have Flicker, but I think the worst that happens is they Flicker plus Ephemerate, and I think I can beat that with my hand. They discard 2 basics, so no real information gained that way. I think I'm going to chump Horror if they swing. And then, well, I'll just jump Horror. And then, let's see if they take me off Tron. They did not. Alright, they did not take me off Tron. Well, first let's bash. No reason not to attack. I don't think they're playing destroy target attacking creature. Might as well get my 4 in. And I'm going to not tap this way, because that's really bad. Let's tap the tower first, because that's the most awkward thing to keep up. If I draw another Flicker or Counterspell, I think we're great. Did not. Yeah. Just go ahead and evoke another one. Another Flicker or Counterspell, please. I can beat Pyroblast already, but I don't want to lose to another Dispel or something. Teachings is good enough. Because I get to go... That sucks. I could lose here. Having to evoke both Moldrafters there kind of sucked. Because now if they have a Red Blast plus something... Oh, they don't have anything. Okay. That was convenient. Yeah, they just blanked on counterspells. I just barely managed to take them off of Tron before they could get Teachings active. So I think if they had another turn, I would just been dead. But drawing the Flicker there, or... What did I draw? Drawing the Horror there? Whatever. Whatever I drew was really good. And I think... Yeah, I drew the Flicker. Anyway, I top decked. My opponent did not draw anything afterwards, and their hand was just a bunch of lands. They weren't able to really do anything. So even though they got the horror and wall in play, they were stuck once I bounced their lands. Tron sucks. Hopefully we don't have to play too many of those. It's just like random. It's just random. And I don't want to play that ever again. 110 players, which, one drop already. 2 drops already. Well, we'll get that down. That means we're going to need to go like 7-1. I don't think I'll rely on tiebreakers. Let's just go 7-1. Well, no, actually, it's 7 rounds, isn't it? Huh. That's a really big 7 rounds, though. And if this is 7 rounds, not 8 rounds, that means we're going to need to be a good 7-1, because I think there's going to be 7-1s that don't make it, given how close this is to the cap. Anyway, that's for later. We're never going to lose another match for this tournament, so we can just win and win and win, get in the top 8, win and win and win, and get all of these chest chests. No fancy prizes for this. It's, well, I guess first place is worse than just winning a challenge, right? That's weird. But it pays out to 64th, so even if we have a bad run, 64th is way better than top 32 of challenge, because we actually get chests instead of play points. And this didn't cost an entry fee, so that's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of, familiar names, and a bunch of people that we're not really familiar with, so not sure where they've been grinding out their Pauper wins, but, well, we'll see if they are able to keep up with the format. Let's see if somebody figured out a way to beat Tron, or if we're just going to have a bunch of good matchups and need to run slightly good to 7-1, and hopefully we'll make it in the top 8.